Shane again, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to measure up for a sliding Western red cedar shutter by EzyShutters. Sliding shutter doors fitted to an existing glass sliding door like this are fitted on the front of the opening, not into the reveal like other shutter types. This is because they take up a little more room due to the panels having to be able to slide past each other with the blades open. Also, there is always a door handle and usually a vertical aluminium storm bar that takes up most or all of the reveal. This type of installation is called a face fit installation, and it is measured from the outside edge of the architrave to the other outside edge of the architrave like so. Measure in 3 places and write down the largest measurement. When ordering this shutter, you will enter this measurement as your width. Next, measure from the top of the architrave to the floor. Sliding shutters need either bottom tracks or floor guides. So when measuring a sliding shutter for a door or even for a window, it must be measured to the floor so you have somewhere to attach the bottom tracks or floor guides. Again, measure in 3 places and write down the largest measurement. When ordering this shutter, you will enter this measurement as your drop. The last thing to check in a sliding shutter system is that there is at least 60mm above the top of the architrave for your mounting shelf. Easy as that. Now, decide on how many panels you would like to have over this opening. The maximum per panel width in a sliding shutter system is 1500mm. Remember, all panel widths over 1100mm will have a vertical mullion. Vertical mullions divide each panel vertically into 2 sections. My advice would be to have the same amount of panels on your sliding shutter as there are panels in the existing glass sliding door you are covering. For this sliding door, a 2-panel sliding shutter will be ideal and look fantastic. Choose whether you prefer guide pins or full bottom tracks supplied for the bottom of your sliding shutter. Guide pins are great in most applications and leave your floor clear with no tracks to be seen, even when the shutter is open. If the panels of your shutter will be sliding a further distance than the width of themselves, for example, a 3-panel sliding shutter that stacks all the way to one side, or a 6-panel centre open sliding shutter, guide pins would not be suitable, therefore bottom tracks must be selected. If you do select bottom tracks, you must enter the amount of tracks required. So if you are ordering a 3-panel sliding shutter and you would like the panels to stack all the way to one side, you'll need to enter 3 as the amount of tracks required. But if you are ordering the same 3-panel sliding shutter but wish it to have stationary panels on each side with only the middle panel for sliding, you will enter 2 as the amount of tracks required. Remember, in the second case I just mentioned, guide pins are still an option. A 2-panel sliding shutter or a 4-panel centre open sliding shutter would all be ideal with guide pins and leave your floor free of tracks. For more information on sliding panel configurations, see tech specs for sliding shutters. The next choice to make when ordering this sliding shutter is which finish and colour you prefer. Lastly, check what height you would like to have the mid-rail at. All sliding doors will be over 1800mm in drop, so a mid-rail will be compulsory. You can set the mid-rail height to be in the middle of the panels, or approximately 1/3 the way up the panels from the bottom, which looks great, or even just 1/4 of the way up the panels from the bottom. Now when you have entered this information and added this shutter to your shopping cart, you can move on to measure up your next door or window. Always double check all of your measurements. For help installing your sliding shutter, see the Installing Sliders video where we show you how to install the shutter you have just watched me measure up. Thank you for watching.